responsibility for this and never do it again. We ask why they hate us. Well, now we may know. A lot of people down there have lost their children, their families. It would be a wonder if they didn't hate us. And we need to make that right again somehow, because restitution and making things right is the libertarian way. Thank you.
I want to associate myself with all of these comments because they're all very good. I want to add a little body of knowledge that I think most Americans are aware of. There's nobody on the face of the earth that even threatens us, not even threatens us. I don't think most Americans realize how powerful we are. We don't talk about this power because it is so awesome. We have 14 Trident nuclear submarines. Each submarine has 24 missiles. These missiles have a range of 5,000 to 7,000 miles. We don't even put them in the Indian Ocean. We keep them in the Atlantic and Pacific. Each missile has 6 nuclear warheads. That's 144 nuclear warheads per submarine. One submarine can hold the entire world hostage. One submarine can destroy any country in the world totally. That's what we have. We got 14 of them. Plus we got 40 attack nuclear submarines. Do you think that there's a country on earth that is so dumb that would even think of attacking us? Now, that's what we have in our arsenal right now. We can unleash over 2,000 nuclear weapons in the world. We can destroy the world several times over. And what are we doing? Putting troops all over the world. There's nobody a threat to us. And all of this stuff is silliness to sustain the weaponry and the profits for contractors that just profit off of the blood of others. This is what we have to begin to get a grip on. And all their statements were relevant to that problem. Thank you.
We're going to wrap up our debate with a question specifically related to the Libertarian Party, starting with Dr. Phillies. If you are nominated by the Libertarian Party, what do you think is a realistic goal for the campaign in the general election? In other words, what would you consider a successful Libertarian presidential campaign in 2008, and how would you achieve that goal?
What can we realistically do, we libertarians, with our campaign? We can use our presidential campaign to build a stronger libertarian party. So we're stronger in 2009 than we are now in 2008. I'm not going to make specific promises of we will do X or Y or Z, because a lot of those depend on one thing. It depends on how much support you, my fellow libertarians, are willing to invest in me, my fellow candidates lower down the ladder, and in building a stronger party. That's up to you. What I can promise you is I already have campaign organization up and running. You can look at my financial records. You can see I'm ready to go and spend your resources as efficiently as possible. I'm already supporting our local candidates with the candidate support desk that I've told some of you about last night. I am already doing the things that will build a stronger party. But we have huge opportunities. One of them is called Obama or Clinton, choose one, and the other is called by his fellow Republicans, some of them, Insane McCain, because he's a bigger warmonger than George Bush is. We have huge opportunities. We have to take advantage of them. But I'm not going to tell you promises. I'm not going to promise we're going to win. I'm not going to say some other Republican is suddenly going to support us. There's no signs of that. But I will give you the best job I can do, and I've had the experience in past presidential campaigns to keep that commitment.
It's all about immediate presentation. You've heard the presentation tonight. We're all libertarians. We all believe, give or take a little bit here or there, the same type of libertarian free market principles, choice, freedom, competition. It's the answer to education. It's the answer to healthcare. It's the answer to everything. But I don't believe that's what's going to get us elected from water commissioner on up to president. I believe what's going to get us elected and make us a credible party is the ability to get in the media and the ability to make a presentation to mainstream voters. That's what I do. That's what I live for. Barry Goldwater is one of the great libertarians of all time. If he were alive today, there's no question Barry would be a libertarian. He would have left the Republican Party long ago. Great man, but not a good presentation. So he lost in a landslide. Barry Goldwater's exact same beliefs were presented by Ronald Reagan, and he won in 2 landslides. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been called by media across the country a Ronald Reagan for the Libertarian Party. And that is exactly what we need if we're going to have a real credible plan in place to actually win and educate the public at the same time. If your belief is we can't win and you want to educate people, I can understand that. But then guess what? The best educator is someone who can get on Glenn Beck and Michael Mancow and Michael Medved and Fox News and Fox Business. And I've been on all of them, and I'm not even your nominee yet. I've been on Bloomberg and CNBC Europe and Bloomberg TV Europe and Setanta TV Europe and BBC. That's what we need. And we'll get 1 to 2 million votes this time, and I will get you credibility in the next 8 years. Thank you.
Yes, the Jingozian for President campaign is a real organization. It's a real message, it's a real plan to get 5 to 7% of the popular vote in November and win the delegation in the state of Oregon. Why Oregon? Well, I live in Oregon. Also, I run the second fastest growing company in Oregon. In fact, my business Angel Vision was just listed as the 120th fastest growing company in the United States by Inc. magazine. But what do? We're an internet advertising company. And this election, come November, is going to be about the internet. That's how people are going to learn about us and the candidates. And Iowa just had its straw poll. The Iowa delegates made a decision based on the websites, media, videos, circuit speakers, and so on. And I came up on top. Because that's what the American population is looking for, is internet presence. Being able to get messages off the internet. We have in our office media center that looks like CNN. We have cameras and blue screens and light trees and teleprompters. We're able to push information off the internet. We have 3 YouTube videos coming out on Monday. One specifically to Ron Paul supporters. I invite you to take a look at that. But this is a real message, a real plan to get 5 to 7% of the popular vote. And it's more than just a campaign for president. It's a campaign for liberty. You'll see on our bumper stickers, we don't talk about Jingozian for president. It says legalize freedom. That's what this message is about. That's what this campaign is about. It's not about a campaign for president. It's about campaign for liberty and freedom.
Americans awake, because you're asleep. And the Libertarian Party, libertarian principles have the solutions. As your LP nominee in 2008, I will consider my presidential run a success if I've been able to share our message of liberty with millions more Americans that would never have heard it. I want the opportunity, I want the honor to bring the message of liberty to Americans. And I want to tailor that message for whatever group that I go to, whether it's young people, whether it's minorities, whether it's those who are struggling economically, because we have the solutions. You know, it's pretty interesting. We always run a candidate, usually a white man who goes out and speaks to primarily white Caucasian audiences, which is fantastic, but we've got to do more than that. And 2008 is a wonderful opportunity to reach millions of Americans that we've ignored. And I don't know why we've done that. I don't know why we're not in the inner cities. I don't know why we don't have this kind of outreach at the national level either. We need outreach to people, and that's what I'm going to do. I've spent my life as a communicator, as a writer, as a public speaker. I want you to go to libertarianforpresident.com and look at the media page and see how many millions of Americans, more than any other up on this stage, the LP candidates that have been campaigning in the last year, have reached through the national shows that I've been on. I'm a humanitarian. I've worked in the prisons to help people across this country. I care, and I know that the libertarian solution is it. Please give me the honor of bringing it to the American people.